Welcome to Learn to Live Stress-Free. This is Christine Wright with Dr. Robert Wright Jr. of www.stressfreenow.info. Our featured guest today is world-renowned Law of Attraction teacher Michael Losier. Michael has been teaching Law of Attraction since 1998 to hundreds of thousands of satisfied people all over the world. He has been raising the vibration of all those who listen to him and know him. Michael is the author of the best-selling book, Law of Attraction, The Science of Attracting More of What You Want and Less of What You Don't Want. He is featured on our website's Luminaries page, and I have known Michael and been studying with him for years, and he, in my opinion, is a genius. He brings a clarity and excitement to teaching of the Law of Attraction because he lives what he teaches. Michael, welcome.
Hello, Christine and Bob. I'm very excited to be here today, and we're going to have lots of fun today.
Michael, many people, when they hear Law of Attraction, they think of it as something mysterious or that they can't do, or it's just not something that they would bring out in the light of day. But you have a very, very special way of explaining and defining what the science of Law of Attraction is.
Yes. Well, you know, it is true. When I'm talking about Law of Attraction, some people don't believe it works, and some people don't believe it, and some people do believe it. But the good news is that everyone is already experiencing it. You know, the word Law of Attraction might be new to some people, but the experience isn't. Matter of fact, anytime we use the word serendipity or synchronicity or fate or karma, we say, wow, this is such a coincidence, Christine. I was just thinking about you. Whenever we use those expressions, we're really defining evidence of Law of Attraction. So the news is you're already experiencing it. I didn't create it. I'm just teaching it. What I do is help people understand why they have those coincidental, serendipitous moments, but not just for positive things, for everything. Whether it's negative or whether it's positive, it's because of Law of Attraction. So if you're attracting something negative over and over and over again, it's because of Law of Attraction. Or when you attract more of those great serendipitous and synchronistic moments, guess what? That's because of Law of Attraction. So it's important for us to know, what is Law of Attraction and how does it work? And most importantly, why am I attracting negative things?
Absolutely. And I think, Michael, because I remember what I found when I was in your classes, I wasn't always even aware of what I was thinking and the words that I was using, so that I would be attracting negative things and doing it without deliberate intention because I wasn't aware of the process.
That's right. You know, a lot of people think that Law of Attraction is just when we attract something great. It's like, oh, look at me, I attracted something great. This is Law of Attraction. But it's everything. And people say, well, I'm attracting negative things. Does that mean I put it out there? Does that mean that I had an affirmation on my bathroom mirror that said, I attract negative things? But the truth is, you don't even have to be doing Law of Attraction deliberately. You see, it already exists for us. Whether we're tapping into it deliberately or not, Law of Attraction is existing. So it's really important for us to find out, well, what is it and why is it doing what it's doing?
Absolutely. Now, one of the things that I know, Michael, because I hear it when I talk with my friends, and usually after I come away from a session with you, I'm most aware of it because you have crafted your language and you live your life practicing Law of Attraction, that you're less likely, I think, than most of us who are students or still learning this or in the beginning stages of it, of using language that's not serving you. Many times I'll hear a girlfriend say, oh, they're no good man. And by saying they're no good man, they're really closing their flow.
Yes.
But they need to be aware of those words and those thoughts.
Yes. Well, let's talk about why that happens. You see, Law of Attraction is this energy in the room, and I can't prove it to anybody. I can't put it in a petri dish, and I can't put it in a test tube and say, hey, Bob and Christine, do you believe me now? Look at this. I can't even do that. So my job isn't to convince people that Law of Attraction exists. My job is to give people tools so they can practice it, and they'll prove it to themselves. They'll say, wow, this stuff really works. I can't do that for anybody, but let me explain what Law of Attraction is. It's this universal energy around us, and it has a very simple job description. You know, I often talk about when I worked for the Canadian government, I had a job description that was 17 pages long. And it said, your job duties include this and this and this. And it was like, just went on and on for 17 pages. But the job description for law of attraction is the easiest one in the world. It's only 2 words long. And the 2 words are match vibrations. Now, vibration might not be a commonly used word for most people, but we use the word vibe. Like we might say, wow, does Christine ever get a good vibe? Or this neighborhood has a good vibe. Or he's giving off a negative vibe. Or this building has a creepy vibe. Whenever we use the word vibe, we're really describing a mood or a feeling. But the word vibe comes from the longer word vibration. Matter of fact, law of attraction could be called the law of vibrations. And in the vibrational world, just like feelings, there's only 2 kinds. There's positive feelings and negative feelings. And when I'm sending a feeling, I'm not even doing it on purpose, by the way. In other words, if I'm ticked off and angry and disappointed and feeling guilt and shame and blame and all those negative feelings, when I have those feelings, I'm sending a negative vibe. So, Christine, is it true that we could stand beside somebody and pick up their negative vibes even without talking to them?
Yes.
Yes. So a vibe isn't something that we smell or that we touch or that we taste or that we hear or that we see. A vibe is something that we feel. Mm-hmm. So a vibe is a mood or a feeling. And, of course, it comes from the longer word vibration. And right now, everybody has a mood or a feeling. Some people don't even know that they do, and they might not even know what it's called. But right now, all of us have a mood or a feeling. And that mood or feeling is coming from the thoughts that I'm thinking. So I might be thinking about something really happy and exciting, and now I'm sending a positive vibe. And now I'm worried, and I'm feeling guilt and shame and blame and disappointment, and I'm ticked off and angry. When I'm having those feelings, I'm sending a negative vibe. So just make sure we're all clear. Right now and right now and right now, everybody has a mood or a feeling. And that mood or feeling is either negative or positive. So that means right now everybody is emitting or sending out or putting off a negative or positive vibe. We're not even doing it on purpose. So in comes law of attraction. It's this universal energy in the room, and it's responding to the vibration that we're sending by matching it. Remember, the 2-word job description for law of attraction is match vibrations. It's like a factory worker. Oh, here's a vibration. What do I do with it? Match it. Here's a vibration. What do I do with it? Match it. Oh, here's a negative vibration. What do I do with it? Match it. You see, law of attraction doesn't have a brain. It doesn't have a conscience. It doesn't decide. It doesn't make decisions. It doesn't have favoritism. It's not prejudice. It's obedient. So whether it's Michael Losier or somebody on the street being angry or ticked off and sending a negative vibration, law of attraction matches it. So we want to be more deliberate in the vibes that we're sending. And the way to be more deliberate is to watch our language. So we're going to play a little game. And I want you to pretend that you're a law of attraction, and your job is to eavesdrop, to check in, to find out the vibe that I'm sending when I say this. I might say, so what am I giving attention to when I say, oh, I don't want my clients to cancel? What did I give attention to?
Canceling.
Canceling clients. I don't want this to be difficult. I don't want to be rejected. I don't want the meeting to go bad. You know, every time that I use the word don't, not, and no, I just gave attention to what I didn't want to give attention to. If I go to the Internet and I type in no football, what shows up?
Football.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, because the Internet strips away the words don't, not, and no. Whenever you say what you don't want, the Internet will bring it back to us. So I like to compare the Internet to law of attraction. And the input that I'm giving myself, in other words, the words that I'm using, are causing me to give it attention.
You know, Michael, the way you teach, your system, your clarity, just what you're saying, makes it understandable. When it's understandable, then I can really practice it and live it in my life.
Yes.
I am aware that, wait, I'm having this thought. This thought isn't going to help me get what I really want.
Well, yes.
Hi, Michael. This is Bob.
Yes,
I want to
Bob.
pick up on something you brought up here, which I believe is very important. In the workshop where we saw you in New York, I had asked you a question about the use of the words don't, not, and no.
Yeah.
And thank you for your explanation, but I think our audience could really benefit from this additional insight that you have, which I haven't seen anyone else be able to explain in terms of the law of attraction. And so this is the issue. I had asked you the question, the words don't, not, and no, for some people, they use them in a way where it's a double negative. Like in mathematics, if you have negative and negative, it's positive. And you had indicated that if for a person, the issue really is about the vibration, so that even though it's true, like, for example, in hypnosis, that the mind, the subconscious mind does not hear the word no or not or whatever, that you had indicated that if the vibration is positive, regardless of the word, then that's the outcome you get. If the vibration is negative, regardless of the original word. Could you just speak to that a little bit?
Sure, good. Now, say, for example, I tell people to eliminate the words don't, not, and no, because every time I talk about what I don't want, I just gave it attention. So I say, I don't want this to be difficult. I don't want to lose my keys. I don't want to be rejected. I don't want to have my clients cancel. I'm giving all that attention. And then somebody says, what if I say this? What if I say, I don't want money? I just gave attention to money. And this is when I say it's not the word don't, not, and no that's causing you to create it. It's how you give it attention. So when you say I don't want money, there's a vibration attached. It's not the word. It's the vibration that you don't want money. So yes, the words don't, not, and no cause us to give attention to what we don't want. And some people think, oh, I'm just going to say I don't want money or I don't want a boyfriend or a girlfriend. But just what you're saying, it's not the word, but it's how you feel about the word. You know, the words we use cause us to send a vibration. The words themselves don't have a vibration. Like, for example, the word homework. The word homework is not a feeling, but it generates a vibration. It generates a feeling. When I at a seminar and I say, I have some homework, some people say, oh, I hate homework. And then another group says, oh, I love homework. In other words, two people can have a different response to one word. So this is so important, Bob. I'm glad you brought it up, and I want everyone to hear this. It's not the words you use. It's how you feel about the words you use. I want to give you another example because I'm always talking about wanting things. And people say, well, I learned that if you say that you want it, that means you're vibrating lack of it or that you don't have it. So we're going to do another little game. And Christine, Bob, this is for the both of you. Right. Your law of attraction, eavesdrop on my vibration, and tell me the vibration that I'm sending when I say this. Oh, I want one of those. I want a red one. How come I can't have it? I want that. What is the vibration, positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. Now, here's another time. Oh, I want that one. I want a blue one. I love it. Look at that. I want that one. What was the vibration, positive or negative?
Definitely positive.
Very good. So you can use the word want. I'm going to repeat myself again, and I'm a repeater because I'm a teacher. It's not the word you use. It's how you feel about the word that you use. So I'm always wanting things. It's our natural state to want things. Oh, I want one of those. In other words, I want to include stuff in my life that makes me feel good. But again, it's how I say it and it's how I feel about it. That's really, really important here.
Michael, in your book, one of the brilliant things that you speak to is this issue of present orientation of how the law of attraction works. And by that, what I mean is that when you think about the brain, the reticular activating system, that it's you indicated it's always listening. So it almost doesn't matter that an hour ago you were feeling a particular way, and then it's how you are feeling now. And so I remember being surprised how clearly you were able to state that it's always, your brain is always checking to match the vibration right now. Can you speak to that issue?
Okay, very good. Now, some people have been feeling negative for a really long time, 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months, 5 years, 50 years, about something. They're always complaining, oh, I can never find a boyfriend or girlfriend. There's no good man or woman every time I do. And they're complaining. And now we can stand back because we know better. We can stand back and hear that and say, no wonder why you're getting what you're getting. But the good news is people can reset their vibrations. A lot of my work is about resetting. If you want to have a different result in your life, then you need to send a different vibration. All of the results that we have come from the vibration that we're sending. So it's simple. If you have a negative result, guess where it came from? Your negative vibration. If you had a positive result, guess where it came from? A positive vibration. So the point that you're making that I'm going to speak to is that you could be negative around business or sales or boyfriends or girlfriends or money or relationships for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, and that gets matched. But we can reset our vibration today. We can say, I don't like getting all this negative stuff. What would I like instead? And now I'm thinking, here's what I'd like instead. And when you change the words, the vibration changes. And law of attraction doesn't remember what the vibration was you sent yesterday or how long you've been sending it. You've reset it. Law of attraction doesn't have a memory. It doesn't have a file folder. It doesn't have little charts about what Michael and Bob and Christine were sending yesterday. It's only matching the vibration that we're sending today. This is some of the best news of all, is that law of attraction is responding to the vibration right now. It doesn't have the memory. So as soon as you reset the story, and what is a story made up of? Words. When you reset the words and you reset the story, then the vibration gets reset. And when the vibration gets reset, then the results change. I'll say this again. The only way to get a different result is to send a different vibration. And the best way to send a different vibration is to change the words. And the easiest way to change the words, and this is everybody's homework between now and the rest of their life, the easiest way to change the words is to eliminate these 3 words. The words don't, not, and no. And how do you do that? So I'm telling you what to do, but how do you do that? So here's people's homework. Whenever you catch yourself using the words don't, not, and no, and you will, the very minute you say what you don't want, I want you to press your reset button and say, so what do I want? I know it sounds simple, but it is. Let's do a little example. I might say, don't forget. A little voice says, so what do I want? Remember, oh, I don't want my clients to cancel. Oh, what do you want? Oh, I want them to keep their appointment. I don't want this to be difficult. What do I want? I want it to be easy. This is everybody's homework. I mean, it is a trained behavior. Parents, don't touch the stove, don't drink and drive, don't have sex, don't do drugs, don't spill your milk, don't beat up your brother, don't forget your homework, don't keep your clothes on the floor. It's a trained behavior to say, oh, what do I want? Don't spill your milk. What do I want? Drink your milk carefully. Don't forget your homework. What do I want? Remember your homework. So,
Michael, one of the other very, very interesting things that I found in your book is how you speak about the issue of evidence. So I'd like you to, for our audience, to speak a little bit about when you are seeking a goal or to achieve an objective, and how seeing evidence of that you are on track, how that could be used, the law of attraction, to reduce your stress and anxiety. So, for example, let's say a person has a goal to buy a dream home, and so let's say we break that goal down into 10 steps. And let's say their evidence, they're at step 3, which is that they've gone out, they have pictures up in their home of the dream home, what it looks like, the area, etc. And so can you just talk a little bit about when you are getting evidence? Because I think that my experience is when you are able to use evidence of, oh, I'm on track, you build momentum, and I know I found that to be a hopeful sign when I was reading your book.
Yes. Well, hopeful is the opposite of doubtful. You see, the purpose that we would celebrate evidence, and what I mean by evidence, just like you're talking about, you have a goal, you say, okay, I want to attract this, and now we have to start to notice things that are coming to us that are in alignment to that goal, or things that are matching that goal, or things that are part of that goal. In other words, wow, I just met a realtor. This is pretty cool. Or in other words, when you attract things that are in alignment to the goal. And the reason that we want to celebrate the evidence, and celebrate just means to acknowledge it, say, oh, look at this. I just talked about this yesterday. Now I'm noticing it. You see, the thing that's stopping people from manifesting is people's doubt. Some people even have doubt that law of attraction can work. So what we need to do is prove it to ourselves. And the best way to the best way to get rid of doubt is to prove it. I doubt everything until you prove it. I doubted law of attraction until I proved it. So proving is like receiving evidence. So evidence and proof are the same things. So when I start to notice the evidence that law of attraction starting to give me things that are in alignment to my desire, then a little voice in my head says, hey, this is possible. Oh, wow, I am starting to attract. This law of attraction stuff really works. And now I'm changing my story. And the story is that I'm removing the doubt. And doubt's a negative vibration. And the negative vibration always stops the delivery of our desires. So we need to be proof seekers. We need to be seeking proof of our own manifestation, and when we do that, it removes the doubt. And when you remove the doubt, it increases the speed at which we manifest. Matter of fact, the speed at which we can attract anything is always determined on how much doubt we have in receiving it. So our real job is to get rid of doubt. And the best way to get rid of doubt is to notice the evidence of law of attraction working.
Well, Michael, I have to say you are definitely evidence that the law of attraction is working in my life.
Thank you.
I remember the times when I studied with you, so many years ago. What you taught me, my system seemed to have innately knew, but I'd never heard it put together the way you put it together.
Yes, thank you.
And you spoke in those days. You were very, very welcome. Thank you. You spoke many times of how you saw this, and you said, wait a second, something is missing in this teaching. And what you have done in putting this together to make it clear for myself and for so many in the world, the phrases that you use, the techniques that you use, the repetition, your words stay in my mind. And throughout the time that I've been working with you and in the months and years since, your words are still in my head. I want you to know this. And it's still leading me to what it is I want to attract. And I am aware of my vibration. And definitely spending time with you is a high vibration time.
Thank you. Well, you know what? The secret to my success and people's success in the way I teach is that I'm the how-to guy. So I don't just tell people, oh, stop being negative, start being positive. I teach people how to do that. How do you stop being negative? Well, you stop using the word don't, not, and no. How do you attract more? Well, you celebrate the evidence. So it's the how-to that you're remembering, which means you're a good student because you're practicing the how-to apply law of attraction.
Well, you definitely left an impression. And with Bob and myself doing this work now of helping people to alleviate their stress and grief and anxiety, certainly understanding that the law of attraction is there and that it is a science that works, and using the words of Michael Losier, asking yourself, so what do you want, definitely will just raise vibrations across the board. Now, Michael, I just want to say that this to me is more the beginning of a series. I just so enjoyed having you. I could talk about law of attraction with you for decades, for eons.
Thank you.
Because you really are a true master, and I see you so many places online, and you are teaching and offering so much. Could you tell our listeners a little about your upcoming activities and events?
Sure. Well, the one thing that I do want to let people know is that every Friday I do what's called Hang Out with Michael. It's a Google Hangout show, and every Friday I have a theme. So, either it's about resetting your vibes or how to attract more money or how to remove doubt. So it's a live show that's held on Google Hangout. People can watch it on the internet. They can watch it on the the website is www.hangoutwithmichael.com, and that's the best way. It's one thing to read a book, but you have to apply it. You have to have the how-to. So my show is all about the how-to of applying law of attraction.
Absolutely, and I think certainly listening to you on a regular basis or being in the company of people who are using law of attraction is a great way to practice
yes,
this
craft. I agree. Well, one thing that I tell people, the only difference between me and most people, other than I'm a great manifester, but the difference is that I'm in the energy of this all the time. I mean, I'm talking about it at least 2 or 3 hours a day, and I'm practicing it, and my friends are using it. Some people learn it and never have the conversation again. So certainly hanging out with me every Friday will keep you in the energy. You and Bob have each other, so you're getting to talk about it and notice it and celebrate it. And for me, that's what I think everybody needs. Everybody needs a way to stay connected to the message.
And one of the great things that you're doing, Michael, is your certification program, that you are teaching people who want to not only learn and use this themselves, but to teach it to others, that you have a wonderful certification program, and I have just admired watching you with that and seeing you travel around the world teaching Law of Attraction.
Yes, very good. It was interesting. Yesterday I got a call. Well, it was an ongoing email from a couple from Amsterdam, Netherlands. And I had gone to the map on my wall, and I had a push pin in Amsterdam. Like, I have red push pins of all the cities that I've been to, and I have green push pins, meaning I want to go there. And I showed them the map. And, you know, in the history of my career, I've never made a phone call. I've never made one phone call. I've never solicited or elicited sales. Everything's all about intention. Everything's all about setting the vibration. So when I got the call yesterday, we had a Skype session, and I showed them my map, and I said, I've been waiting for your call. And I was showing them how I had intentions. I said, I'd like to visit Amsterdam. I'd like to do a seminar there. So it's been on the wall for a while. I have one in Africa. I have one different. So you'll see. I know you'll follow me on Facebook. You'll see that I'll end up in those places. And just know that I never had to make a phone call to make that happen.
I believe that. I actually noticed that post on your Facebook of Amsterdam, and I thought how wonderful. Michael is still just attracting every single thing that his vibe puts out there.
Yes, and after the conversation, she said, my sister lives in South America in the Panama, and she's very excited to think that you might be coming to Netherlands. What would it take you to go to Panama? You know what I told her? An invitation.
Excellent.
So looks like I'm going to the Panama Canal too. So
excellent. More exciting. Pins on the map.
Yes.
Well, excellent. This is all very wonderful, Michael. I know that our audience has been helped by the clarity you are providing. I just want to wrap up our interview here with your assessment of how, for our listeners, how individuals can keep their self-talk positive, because that seems to be a big player in how the law of attraction works. For example, if someone's playing tennis and they hit a bad shot, often they may launch right into the negative self-talk about, why didn't I, how could I do that, and, et cetera. And so can you just, pretty much close us up with,
Sure.
with what a person can do to keep their self-talk positive so that they can get more of what they want and less of what they don't want?
Okay, very good. I just want to tell you a quick little story. I just finished a tour of Asia. I went to India, Malaysia, Singapore, and Hong Kong. I did seminars. Now, that side of the world practices law of attraction because they're very much into energy. So I did a lot of corporate events. So when I went to the corporate events, the topic was called How to Adopt the Culture of Positivity in the Workplace. And so even though it's a full-day seminar, here was the premise of it. We don't have to do anything to become more positive. We only have to become less negative. And when you become less negative, the natural state of your positivity will surface. So we don't have to do stuff. I have to think more positive. No, you just have to think less negative. And negative thoughts always include the words don't, not, and no. So the more you eliminate the words don't, not, and no, the less negative vibration that you're sending. And the less negative vibration you're sending, the more positive the natural state of your being is. So everyone's homework between now and the rest of their life is to eliminate and reduce the words don't, not, and no. And when you catch yourself using them, simply say, so what do I want? So ideally, people would write that sentence down. So what do I want? And they'll remember that that is the reset button that resets their words, that resets their vibes, that resets their results.
Thank you so much, Michael, that you have given us a point of clarity. Today, our featured guest was the renowned Law of Attraction authority, Michael Losier, from the beautiful part of the world of British Columbia. And you can get more on Michael by checking out his Hangout with Michael location, which is www.hangoutwithmichael.com. Till next time, be safe and be well.